Alright, we're here with the 34th annual Wintertime Open champion, Paul McBeth. And we're going to go and see what's in his bag and what he was bombing out there in some of those shots. And I guess let's start with the drivers, the distance drivers.
Distance drivers. Alright, well, I carry 4 destroyers, 3 that are 172 to 169. These are my overstable drivers. These ones just go far. That's all I throw them for. And I got the 165 for long turnovers or rollers. And
which is the one you were bombing on this hole, going 500 feet over the trees and around the mandatory?
it was these two destroyers. Usually I throw whichever one's on. So today it was the pink one, which is fairly overstable.
Nice. All right, how about fairway drivers?
Fairway drivers, I got a light eagle 166. That just comes out on occasion, just random shots. Then I got the PD. This is I think a very underrated disc that people don't throw, that they really need to check out. Made by Discmania.
What is that like for like Innova stuff?
Innova, I would compare it to a eagle, but a faster eagle, which
pretty stable.
Yeah, really stable. I don't think anyone has it yet, so something you guys should think of.
All right, we'll keep that in mind.
Put it in your pocket.
We'll keep that in mind.
And then I got my T-Birds. I like lighter weight T-Birds, 11 time, 167 and 169. These are just straight discs. By far my favorite driver.
Now, I noticed you do throw a lot of lighter weights. Why? What's the reason for that?
For me, I think it's less effort and a lot more control. You know, I feel like I have more control over them. They won't get away and hyzer out on me. So if I throw a bad shot, I'll know it was me, not the disc.
Okay, that's good.
And then 2 Firebirds. I got a max weight glow Firebird, really overstable, and then 169 11 time Firebird, which I could get a little more extra distance than the max weight.
Both 11 times?
Glow and 11 time.
What else you got here? What's your rocks?
I carry 5 rocks. Start with the most overstable one, the 20-year anniversary rock. This thing is just really overstable. Throw it as hard as I can and it won't turn over, and it's still got a little distance in it. And then I got the KC Pro, another good, a little more overstable, but if I really rip on it, it'll be straight, nice and straight. Then I got the West Coast Disc Golf, DX rock, then the Glow rock, and then a really old Big Bird rock.
These are all DX?
Yeah, these 3 are DX right here. They're just straight to turn over.
Nice.
And then the Champ Gator, which I think everyone needs to have. Really overstable, really good in the wind, really controllable.
I noticed you're throwing it on the gorge hole out there. You're cranking on it pretty good. It's going to have no glide and just fall out.
Yeah, no glide, no skip. So
just overstable.
Yep.
Nice.
And then finally to the putters, got the R Pro rock, which is really new into the bag. People can make fun of me for it. I don't care.
That thing was
166.
On point.
Just for like short up shots, just outside of jump putting range, I could just toss it. It's just straight. I'll just do whatever I want it to do.
I was really impressed on the way you used that thing. I mean, yeah, it was a little funny to see you throw it, but after you did, I know why you were using it out there.
And then more Discmania. I carry the P2, really overstable putter. You could drive with this. It's that overstable. It comes in handy for wind and short hyzer up shots. And then finally, I went back to the DX putt and approach AVRs. They're finally coming out with some good stiff ones, which they've been lacking in the last couple of years. But finally went back to them, and they came in handy this weekend.
Are these the ones you were banging putts with, and this is the reason why you beat me?
Most likely, yeah. And
no more hidden in there?
No more hidden, but No Excuses disc golf bags. They're my bag sponsor. I've been working with them a lot this winter. Finally gonna have a new bag coming out this week, so if you guys are watching the Memorial, you guys check out the live coverage on that and check it out.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. No excuses. They hooked me up with probably seen the big bag that carries over 30 that I use, and it's a great bag for when I'm in the competition. I can just load that thing with all kinds of goodies and stuff in there, so no excuses. Make sure you check them out. A couple more questions. What do you think of these? Compare them to what you use now and let people know what you think of them.
This just holding it feels kind of like when I'm putting with the Putt and Approach AVR, but it's got this little bead that's different.
Makes it a little more stable.
Yeah, I don't know how they fly. I have not got to throw them, so Bamba.
Well, they're similar to the clutch putter. They have a little bit more stability on them. And depends on the plastic you're going to use also. The plastic varies a little bit.
And do you have another one?
Yeah.
I know these two are both different plastics.
Yeah.
So.
And we haven't even released them yet. These are the closers. The green ones are obviously the clutches.
Yeah, clutch feels similar to a magnet. If I was to compare it to anything.
Right. Well, that's from this guy's design here. We designed it so that it has. We changed it a little bit, modified it to where it's going to give you a little more float. Also changed up the flight plate a little bit, so it's going to give you just a little more glide. Just for it's a better putter for a long range because it'll just stay up right here for you. And then the closer will drop a little bit faster, and it's also a little more stable because of the bead. So they are two different putters.
And I noticed you were banging the clutch around all day today.
Yeah.
Making some putts with it.
Making some putts. I'm finally starting to break them in, and where I can get them to glide for little ways, 40, 50 footers. And it took me a little while to break them in, but now they're settling pretty good in my bag now. I'm pretty comfortable with them, so can't wait for the tour to start. What are your plans on the tour? When you hit the road, and what do you got coming up?
Hopefully I got Vegas coming up in Memorial in the next couple weeks. Still don't know how I'm getting there yet. No vehicle, but I'm hoping to be out there.
Well, if you're one of the best in the world, I'm sure anybody will give you a ride. We'll fly you out there, all right? All right, this is Paul McBeth. I'm the best in the world, Wintertime Open champion. Make sure when you guys see him out there on the road, you support him. And that's pretty much it.
Because I watch you guys play all week, and everybody's watching you guys. You guys have two totally different styles, completely different styles. I watch you do certain things out there, and then I watch you do certain things out there. I'm like, dude, both of these guys are not on the same page, but yet you both make it work. When you're out to playing, dude, what type of shots do you need to work on? I mean, I know you can do a lot of marvelous stuff out there, bro, with the way you bomb shots, but what is the one particular part of your game that you want to work out this season?
Definitely consistency, like I really worked on every shot I've been working on, and it comes in handy, like through a sidearm putt out there, even, but consistency is definitely it, making the smart choice, and just making the smart choice and consistency, mostly for myself.
And you, bro, I mean, I've seen you play forever now. You want to constantly keep improvising your game. What do you work on these days?
I'm out there in the field working on some distance because I gotta keep up with this guy, and all the other youngsters out there. They're just bombing so far. So, I'm rampaging the cannon. I've definitely added some distance to my game, so that's closed the gap a little bit. But I need to be more consistent on my driving part. I need to be able to hit the fairways a lot cleaner, give myself more chances, and if I can pick up another 40, 50 feet on my distance, that'll be pretty much what I need to go out there and compete at a high level. So.
And obviously you're a vet in the game. We're all vets in the game, dude. You look at people like Climo, who's been out there forever, and a lot of these guys have even turned to masters now. What do you think when you see all these new guys come up and play, bro, and they're out there and they're doing their thing? What goes on in your mind? What advice can you give them as to what can they expect in the future?
Like I said, they throw so far and they're fearless. They go for everything. There's not a doubt in their mind. And watching this guy just run putts and just do some amazing things out there with no fear it's awesome. Because I go out there and I think about everything that can happen. I play safe. I lay up a lot. I try to manage the course and play smart. And to watch all these guys just do what they do and not even think twice about it, it's pretty amazing, I will say that.
And what do you think when you see him lay up?
I'm learning from that. You saw the final 9. You guys thought I laid up or whatever. But I've been laying up a lot more and taking less chances out there, but I enjoy watching Steve out there and learning a lot from him. And I noticed he was learning some from me too. He was asking me questions out there this weekend, which was.
I mean, this is a game where you can't
never stop learning.
You can never stop learning. You can't get comfortable at one thing. You got to always keep improving, working on stuff. If you get comfortable, you're gonna get left behind. That's just the way the game is changing. So you got to be out there, learn something new, learn a new grip, learn a new style, a new disc, whatever it takes to keep improving on your game. Otherwise, you're gonna get left behind, and it's tough to get that back.
Who are you traveling with this year?
I've been talking to Eric McCabe, so I might be traveling with Eric McCabe, and early in the year. And I talked to Steve when he finally goes out touring. I would enjoy his company.
That's obviously an important thing too. I mean, you can go out on tour, man. I've been out on tour before. You obviously have, but who you choose to go out there and tour with is important.
Yes.
I mean, it gets really monotonous out there if you're with the same people all the time. How do you choose who to go on tour with?
It's just got to be someone you really get along with, because if there's tension. If someone's not playing well and they got a bad attitude, or you're not playing well, they can annoy you, get on your nerves. But if you're just out there with someone you have fun with, then it'll be a great tour.
How do you keep that same unity, that same tour together? I mean, if you got 2 or 3 guys in a tour that are playing well, and you got one that's not doing that good, how do you keep him inspired just to keep on going?
I'm yet to come to that, so I guess I'll
just got to kind of take care of him. Get supersize his meals for him.
Yeah, exactly. you got to make him happy somehow.
I mean, you got to practice together. I mean, this game is so inconsistent. Things just happen out there. You got to always be out there learning stuff. I mean, playing the courses, you can only get so good. You need to do field work on every shot out in the field, and then once you learn it, you apply it to the course. If you're out there just playing on the course all the time, there's a lot of stuff that you're not learning out there.
How much time do you put into the field besides just the course?
I try all the time. If I go out to a new course, I'll look for every route and try to throw every shot possible. I'll go out one day and just throw nothing but sidearms. Drive, up shots, nothing but sidearms. So I try to work on field work more than playing a normal round.
We were talking to Kenny a while back, and we were asking him about just the stage of his game and what it takes for him to be at where he's at. And his practicing, he was talking about his warm-up, that he warm-ups for 20 minutes of just putting. Then he'll go to the field and throw for just 20 minutes, and he's trying to keep this regimen. What do you do? What helps structure your game from practicing versus tournament play?
I think I try to keep it separate, just like Kenny. I work on putting, focus. Take my time practicing is huge, because when you're in a round, you get 30 seconds to putt. So it's like you might as well use all the time you got. And same with driving. In a tournament, you always got to have your same routine, and just keep it the same. Don't change your style, because that'll just throw you all off, timing and everything.
Practice how you play how you practice. What you get, what you put into it. You're out there and you're working hard and you're constantly learning stuff. It's gonna work out. You might go through a little rocky road here and there, but in the long run, it's gonna pay off. You're gonna get consistent, and it's gonna carry you a long way.
Well, and we've been doing this thing. I mean, like with MurderMike, we've been doing the in the bags, but we also been doing something like in the mind, because most of this game is obviously in the mind. I mean, you can tell people how you grip, you can tell them how to throw a mile, but they're not structured like you. They might not have the arm speed like you. But what you can help them do is achieve the mental game. And there's a lot of little things that you can say that might trigger something to help somebody's game and steer them in a different direction. So, I mean, as far as the mental, I mean, everybody goes through their ups and downs in the game of disc golf. I mean, if you're not human if you don't. When you're in a slump, like say you're out there and you have a couple of bad holes and you kind of lose your confidence on, say you miss a short putt or something like that, how do you bring yourself out of that? I want this question, for both of you guys. How do you bring yourself out of a rut out there when you're in the middle of the round and you're in the middle of competition?
For me, I play a golf round as, say it's 18 holes, 18 separate holes. If you do something good the previous hole, it's not going to help you on your next hole unless it's momentum. That's something in the mind. But if you have a bad hole, you can't go back and change it. You can make it up later in the round, but that's that hole.
Right.
And just forgetting what happened before. And you can't you can't look at the next hole because that'll just throw you off the hole you're playing.
Right.
So you just got to play each hole as each shot is
one shot at a time.
one shot at a time.
You bro, I've seen you do it over the years, man. I mean, I gotta say, there's been a lot of people that have come to me and they ask me questions about your game, but I mean, to watch and see what you do all the time out there, sometimes, I mean, it's fascinating to me, even though I've seen it my whole life. What do you do? How do you turn it on? I mean, I've seen you before where you just say, dude, I got to make this happen, and you do. How do you do that?
I mean, you just gotta, first of all, you gotta stay patient. You know what I mean? Anything could happen out there. There's plenty of distraction, all that stuff. Just stay patient, and you gotta stay focused. You know, every shot. You don't think about the hole and the next hole coming up. You stay focused into that one shot. You go through your routine. You do what makes you feel comfortable before you throw that shot. You know, and confidence and believing in yourself is the key to every shot. If there's even a doubt in your mind, you need to back off, take a deep breath, get refocused, and then go back into it. You know, you can't just have a random thought in your mind and then still go through your routine and putt. You know, back off, take a deep breath, do what you got to do, refocus, then go back and then try to commit to that shot. You know,
That's awesome. Well, you guys obviously battled many a times already, and many a times in the future. So you should go with the best.
yeah.